San Diego Council President Sean Elo Rivera shared some good news on homelessness.
San Diego housed 12,000 people who were experiencing homelessness over the past year. 12,000. That doesn't mean move them into shelter. That means move them into permanent housing.
But in the next breath, he gave the reason it isn't making an impact on the streets of California's second largest city.
However, in that same amount of time, about 15,000 people fell into homelessness.
This comes on the heels of some tough news for San Diego and every city relying on state funding to deal with homelessness. Governor Gavin Newsom has stopped payment on those grants, saying in a statement that Californians demand accountability, not status quo. And the city's plans collectively would only reduce homelessness by 2% statewide by 2024. Newsom said this approach is unacceptable and everyone has to do better. So far, the state has given over $1.5 billion, and the third round would dole out another $1 billion.
I think the governor's response is the same response that so many of us have, which is that the status quo is unacceptable, that we're not making progress fast enough, and in too many places we're slipping backwards.
Elo Rivera says he gets it, and the city leadership is committed to solving this crisis.
I think that the governor's challenge to us yesterday should be, if we needed any additional motivation, that should be it, that we've got to take a different approach to what we're currently doing now.
He says the state withholding those funds will not put any of the city's programs in jeopardy this year, but it does make it more urgent to update their plans.
We don't want to see any interruptions, obviously. I think we can maintain continuity now while also adapting and ensuring that we make the changes necessary to make real progress.
And in order to make real progress, Elo Rivera says one of the critical steps the city must take is to pass tenant protections.
We are acting with urgency to stem the tide of people who are becoming homeless so that San Diegans can start to see some progress on this issue that I think is having huge impacts on our community, on our psyche as a community, and is a humanitarian crisis.
Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.